All right, everyone, we live in odd political times. The Democrats have shown remarkable restraint, at least Pelosi and the Senate Dems, on the issue of impeachment because there's nothing currently impeachable with regards to Trump, and there's extreme danger with starting an impeachment inquiry. An impeachment inquiry would basically be the House is saying, look, we're going to look into the topic of impeachment, make it a public thing, of course, and then we see where we go from there, which carries a risk, of course, and this is what people on the left are not calculating. The risk is you start an impeachment inquiry, and it doesn't lead to impeachment proceedings. You start an inquiry, it drags on for a while, you don't find anything particularly juicy in the unredacted Mueller report, which you won't, and then you can't impeach Trump. At that point, Trump wins. He gets a huge victory because it makes you look either weak if you refuse. That alienates the far left, it alienates the AOCs and the Kamala Harrises and all the other losers within the Democratic Party. Or you go ahead with it anyway, get defeated, and you look weak to the centrists who are saying, oh, you're wasting your time, you're not doing anything for the United States. Trump has them over a barrel with regards to this. You have now the majority of House Democrats believing that impeachment proceedings should begin. Specifically, an inquiry pending a decision whether to attempt to impeach or not. But you've got so many hurdles to clear. First, you've got to vote to start an inquiry. That's going to be hard because you need more Democrats to actually support it in order to do so. First, you start an inquiry. You look into things. If you manage to find the juicy things you need, then you need to start proceedings to actually put together a case for impeachment. Then you need to vote to impeach. Along the way, you're going to need some Republican support. You're going to need Pelosi's blessing. Then and only then can you fire it over to the Senate to even get a vote on whether to remove Trump from office, assuming you've voted to impeach him. This is how the process works. So when I see, majority of House Democrats now support impeachment inquiries, that's wonderful. But the majority of them didn't want impeachment proceedings. They wanted to immediately take up lines because of his mean tweets against Ilhan Omar and others, and they even lost on that. The majority of Democrats in the House voted against the measure. They voted to table they didn't vote to actually bring the resolution to debate. They didn't even want to debate whether to put the resolution forward to include in the possibility of articles of impeachment after inquiry. They didn't even want to start the process a little bit, let alone go all the way and just say, yeah, we're going to suicidally attempt to impeach Trump, knowing it won't work. The Republicans will solidify against us along with every business Democrat and every Democrat from an otherwise red or swing district. We'll lose. We won't save face. Pelosi will look weak, probably resign from her position at that point, saying she can't govern the party. The far left will cry foul and say that they want a crack at it. They'll start doing the witch hunt thing, and they'll run it into the ground Benghazi style with such a relative lack of tact that the American people, by and large, will be turned off to us. The Democrats are walking into a trap. Trump has talked about this a million times. He's going full art of war on these people. He's basically talked about in his fucking book before exactly what he's doing. He's using a rope-a-dope strategy. When Trump comes out and says mean things on Twitter to AOC, to Al Sharpton, to whoever he happens to be targeting at the time, he's trying to get them antagonized. He's trying to get them hot under the case. He did this to Hillary Clinton in the second debate when he was stalking around and insinuating he'd throw her in jail. He was attempting to antagonize her, lure her in, get her to say crazy shit and get angry and red in the face and self-righteous so that she would look unhinged. Because he can be very measured about it. All he's doing is tweeting. Oh yeah, Ilhan Omar is crazy. AOC is a socialist. Bernie Sanders is nuts. Al Sharpton is a racist opportunist, which is true. When he says these things, he's attacking mainly the far left because he knows these people are self-righteous. They don't understand political strategy. Here's the thing. AOC, Ilhan Omar, all of these people have handlers. The handlers understand strategy, but they don't, and they move spur of the moment. What Trump has figured out is that these people now have gone semi-rogue. We've got Cenk, who is one of the main figures behind the Justice Democrat thing, with AOC and Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib and Presley, whatever her name is. He was one of the main figureheads behind this before getting kicked to the curb by the Justice Democrats, interestingly enough, after funding and planning things. he's now talking about the possibility of a Bernie Sanders-Elizabeth Warren team-up for the 2020 ticket. Two people over 70 years old, both very far to the left. You've got Michael Moore coming out saying, no, the answer is to go further to the left. No, the answer isn't to become moderate. That'll just piss people off more. We see this echo. Pete Buttigieg has talked about it. I think it's the one thing he's most wrong on. It was pointed out in a thread on Twitter the other day, I can't remember the user, that Biden's being dragged to the left. Now, Biden can arguably go back to the center. You've got to understand perception and reality. The perception among even some center-left voters is that the Obama sort of standard is now centrism. Now, I agree that that's not the case. Sane people understand, no, Obama was on the left already. Biden has dragged it a little bit further. He's a leftist. He's definitely far left. He just looks less far left compared to other people. The fact, though, that he's being compared to them allows him to move a little bit further to the center and basically take up an Obama line if he's nominated. The problem is he's got to fend off a bunch of fucking socialists before he does that. He can. He has the ability to seal the deal at the next debates. He needs to attack hard and needs to specifically attack any top-tier opponents that are there. Attack people that aren't even on stage. Attack the whole lot of people that are grouped underneath him. Shove them down and say, look, this is how Biden can seal the deal. Number one, electability. Fundamentally, this election boils down to we need to get rid of Trump. You can hear it in all of your statements, too. Basically, orange man bad. You say Trump is racist, Trump is sexist, Trump is homophobic or something. Then nominate me. I know how to handle it. I've been one heartbeat from the White House already. I know how to do this. I've been in politics for a long time. I've got the clout. I've got the ability. I've got the chutzpah behind me. You people don't. Some of you people don't have any experience at all. Make it about electability. And number two, second to that, say, remember the Obama era and how calm and nice and in demeanor things were? Well, you know, I can bring that back. Give people nostalgia for the Obama era. Fuse Biden into Obama, he gets 45% support. His ceiling is above 40 because he's already been above that before he made his first major gaffe. He has a tendency to do this, and he can become the nominee. He can't win the general, but he'd be nominated. At the very least, the Democratic Party would have spurned the far left. Right now, the risk is this. Right now, there's the risk with the House Dems jumping aboard impeachment inquiry and all this bullshit that they'll be dragged irrevocably to the left. That is, the Democrats will take up such a far left line, it'll flip the paradigm completely, and for the next 20 or 25 years, they're locked into far leftism. That would be disastrous for them. They'll lose every election from there on out until they learn their lesson. What you'll see is a schismatic uprising of business Democrats trying to reform the party, getting knocked back down, and then they'll have to struggle to regain dominance. It'll take them a while. It'll take them multiple electoral cycles. 2020 won't be the end of that paradigm, that's for sure. I can assure you of that. The House Dems are on board with impeachment inquiries. Why? What has Trump done that's impeachable? A federal judge just threw out the DNC's case against the Trump campaign and WikiLeaks for data leaking and for publishing classified info or whatever the fuck it was. So that one's off the table. Mueller has come out now and given testimony corroborating what he formerly said and saying, look, we don't have any evidence of obstruction. We don't have any evidence of collusion. What more do you fucking want from him? That is dead. The tax return thing is dead. A federal judge just shot down the idea that the DNC somehow has access to Trump's tax records. Federal judges obstructing the Democrats there. Everything is lined up for Trump to win re-election because the Democrats still don't have a platform. Except for we want to give health insurance to illegal immigrants, we want to open the borders, and we want to raise your taxes. That's their platform, by and large, of most of the Democrats, except for Joe Biden. And Joe Biden's platform is, hey, remember Obama? Let's do that, but a little bit further left. Well, the economy is going pretty well right now under Trump. I don't think that Biden's going to be able to get his wish. He probably will be the nominee. It'll be the funniest election ever. Second odds go to Elizabeth Warren being nominated, sort of the dark horse candidate out of nowhere that the DNC coronates behind Biden's back. She'd lose. Elizabeth Warren would lose the election against Trump, probably by a bigger margin than Biden will. That's what I think. I think Trump is likely to win more electoral points this time around, facing any of these so-called top-rung Democrats. There's no one electable. They don't know what they're doing. They don't understand political strategy or something. Biden is forgotten because he's geriatric. The rest of them never knew to begin with. Elizabeth Warren is just a fucking career politician. She used to be supposedly conservative, whatever the hell that meant back when she got into politics. I'm conservative. I believe in giving corporations a 2% tax break, and I kind of don't dislike guns. It's basically what fucking conservatives came to mean in the 90s. AKA, they came to mean absolutely nothing. Basically whining and dining the Tipper Gores on moralism for a while under Bush anyway. As Elizabeth Warren far-righter, I suppose. That's about all. Peace out.